In ancient times, the Stoics were incredibly smart and observant. They could easily notice a woman who had been with many men, and only a small percentage of men today possess this keen awareness. The Stoics used their wisdom and observational skills to navigate relationships with confidence and clarity. As we delve into these 16 signs, remember that our goal is to understand human behavior and the complexities of intimate interactions, not to judge or criticize. By recognizing these signals, we aim to inspire you with valuable information that can encourage open-minded and transparent interactions in your relationships. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Watch this video till the end to fully grasp the nuances of these signs and to break free from societal control that often clouds our judgment. Chapter 1: Behavior and Attitude. When it comes to understanding whether a woman has had many sexual partners, her behavior and attitude can often provide revealing insights. Imagine you're at a social event and you notice a woman who emits an aura of flirtatiousness, constantly seeking attention from the opposite sex. She might participate in stimulating remarks or gestures, exuding confidence and charm. Such behavior can indicate a comfort with social interactions and a possible history of multiple partners. For instance, a woman who is regularly the life of the party, always at the forefront of attention, and thrives on men's validation may suggest a deeper underlying trend of promiscuity. However, it's crucial to differentiate between genuine sociability and signs that point towards a more complex sexual history. One of the key aspects to observe is consistency in behavior. A woman who frequently engages in flirtatious conduct across different settings, whether at social events, workplace gatherings, or casual meetups, might indicate a pattern. This behavior is not inherently negative, but can be a sign of her past experiences and interactions. Another significant factor is the nature of her interactions. Pay attention to how she engages with men. Does she seek validation through compliments, physical touch, or suggestive comments? These actions can reveal her comfort level with men and her possible familiarity with casual relationships. Furthermore, observe her body language. Confident body language, such as maintaining eye contact, using open gestures, and having a relaxed posture, often indicates a person who is at ease with themselves and their surroundings. This ease can stem from a history of numerous social and intimate interactions. It's also important to note her responses to boundaries. A woman who frequently tests or crosses boundaries in social settings may exhibit a lack of inhibition that can be associated with a history of multiple partners. For example, someone who makes bold, forward comments or physical advances without much hesitation might indicate a certain level of impudence developed through past experiences. Chapter 2: Absence of emotional attachment. The absence of emotional attachment is another subtle yet significant sign. In relationships, emotional connection is crucial. When a woman prioritizes physical satisfaction over emotional connection, it might hint at a history of multiple partners. Imagine being in a developing relationship with someone who avoids discussions about the future, criticizes the idea of exclusivity, or maintains a generally pessimistic mindset towards relationships. Such behaviors often align with a habit of avoiding emotional connection. This tendency can stem from past experiences where relationships were more about physical interactions than emotional bonds. While it's important to respect people's boundaries and opinions, frequent avoidance of emotional depth can indicate a deeper underlying trend. Consider the frequency of short-term relationships or casual encounters in her history. A pattern of brief, non-committal relationships can point towards a preference for physical connection over emotional involvement. This isn't to say that everyone with a history of short-term relationships lacks the capacity for deep emotional bonds, but it can be an indicator when seen in conjunction with other signs. Pay attention to her communication style. Does she frequently change the subject when conversations become too personal or emotionally charged? This avoidance can be a defense mechanism developed over time to protect herself from emotional vulnerability. It can also reflect a comfort level with maintaining relationships at a more superficial, physical level. Another indicator is her attitude towards intimacy. A woman who is open and direct about her physical needs and desires, but less forthcoming about her feelings and emotions, might exhibit a disconnect between her physical and emotional selves. This disconnect can be a result of previous relationships where the emphasis was on physical intimacy rather than emotional connection. Additionally, consider her reactions to emotional expressions from you or others. Does she seem uncomfortable or dismissive when others express their feelings? This discomfort can indicate a lack of experience or interest in developing deep emotional connections, often associated with a history of prioritizing physical interactions. Chapter 3: Social Circle and Lifestyle. The company one keeps can offer significant insights into their behavior and lifestyle choices. As the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. A woman's social circle and lifestyle can provide telling hints about her sexual history. Observe her close friends and regular hangout spots. If her inner circle mostly comprises men, or if she frequently gravitates towards places known for casual hookups, such as clubs or bars, it could raise some concerns. For instance, if her close friends are predominantly male, it might indicate a comfort level and familiarity with the opposite sex that could be reflective of her past interactions. Consider her regular activities and hobbies. Does she often attend social events or parties where the atmosphere is more about casual interactions than building meaningful relationships? While there's nothing wrong with enjoying a night out, frequenting such environments can be indicative of a particular lifestyle choice. Pay attention to the dynamics within her social group. How does she interact with her friends? Are there frequent discussions or jokes about casual relationships and sexual experiences? Such interactions can reveal a lot about the group's collective attitude towards relationships and intimacy, which can, in turn, reflect her own experiences and mindset. Also, consider the nature of her conversations. Does she often talk about past relationships or encounters in a casual, nonchalant manner? This casual attitude towards discussing intimate details can suggest a level of comfort and familiarity with the topic that comes from experience. Another important aspect is the influence of her social circle on her behavior. People are often influenced by those they spend the most time with. If her friends frequently engage in casual relationships and she shares similar experiences, it can indicate a broader lifestyle trend. Chapter 4: Physical Signs. While it's crucial to approach this matter with understanding and empathy, there are certain physical signs that, when looked into alongside other indicators, might provide further insights into a woman's sexual history. Physical appearance alone should never be used to pass judgment or make conclusions about someone's past, but certain clues can be significant when considered in context. For instance, visible tattoos associated with promiscuity or specific grooming behaviors can provide hints. While tattoos alone are not definitive proof of someone's sexual history, they can be indicative of personal choices and experiences. Similarly, grooming behaviors that suggest a high level of sexual activity can also be telling. Consider the presence of sexually transmitted infections, STIs. While this is a sensitive topic, it can be an important factor to consider. Frequent STIs can indicate a history of multiple sexual partners, but it's important to approach this with empathy and without judgment, as there are many factors that can contribute to someone's sexual health. Also, observe her comfort level with physical touch and intimacy. A woman who is very comfortable with physical contact, even in casual settings, might have a history of numerous intimate interactions. This ease with physical touch can be a result of past experiences where physical intimacy was common. Another physical sign to consider is her overall demeanor and confidence. Women who have had many partners often exhibit a certain level of confidence and self-assuredness that comes from experience. This confidence can manifest in their posture, eye contact, and general behavior in social settings. Lastly, consider any physical habits or quirks that might hint at a more active sexual history. For example, someone who frequently engages in flirtatious gestures or behaviors might be more experienced in intimate interactions. These habits can be subtle but telling when observed closely. Chapter 5: Past Relationship Patterns. Understanding a woman's past relationship patterns can offer significant insights into her sexual history. Patterns of behavior in past relationships often carry forward and can reveal a lot about someone's experiences and mindset. Look into the duration and nature of her past relationships. Has she had many short-term relationships or a few long-term ones? A history of multiple short-term relationships can indicate a preference for casual interactions over deep emotional connections. On the other hand, long-term relationships with frequent breakups can also suggest a complex relationship history. Pay attention to the reasons for past breakups. Does she frequently cite a lack of excitement or passion as a reason for ending relationships? This can suggest a desire for novelty and variety in her intimate interactions, which might indicate a history of multiple partners. Consider her attitude towards commitment. Is she hesitant to commit or often speaks negatively about long-term relationships? This attitude can be reflective of her past experiences and a possible preference for casual relationships. Observe her dating habits. Does she frequently date multiple people at once, or has she done so in the past? This behavior can indicate a comfort level with juggling multiple relationships and a possible history of many partners. Additionally, consider her openness about past relationships. Is she willing to discuss her past openly, or does she avoid the topic? While everyone has the right to privacy, a lack of openness about past relationships can sometimes indicate a desire to conceal a complex sexual history. Finally, look at her relationship goals. Does she express a desire for stability and commitment, or does she seem more interested in casual, short-term interactions? Her relationship goals can provide valuable insights into her mindset and past experiences. Chapter 6: Attitudes towards Sex. A woman's attitudes towards sex can be very telling of her sexual history. These attitudes are often shaped by past experiences and can reveal a lot about her approach to intimacy. For instance, if she is very open and comfortable discussing sex, it may indicate a level of experience and familiarity with the topic. This openness might be reflected in her willingness to talk about her preferences, experiences, and desires without hesitation or discomfort. Her views on casual sex versus committed relationships can also provide insights. A woman who speaks positively about casual sex and sees it as a normal part of life might have a history of engaging in such encounters. This attitude is not inherently negative, but it can suggest a certain level of experience with multiple partners. Conversely, if she strongly values sex within committed relationships and expresses disdain for casual hookups, it might indicate a different kind of sexual history. Additionally, consider how she reacts to discussions about sexual ethics and morality. Does she have a more liberal view, believing that sex is a personal choice and not necessarily tied to emotional bonds? Or does she hold more conservative views, seeing sex as something that should be reserved for serious relationships? These perspectives can be shaped by her experiences and the values she has developed over time. Her behavior in relationships can also offer clues. For example, if she initiates physical intimacy early on and is very comfortable with it, this might indicate a past where physical connections were established quickly. On the other hand, if she takes a more cautious approach and prefers to build emotional intimacy first, it might reflect a different set of experiences. Another aspect to consider is her sexual confidence. Women who have had multiple partners often display a high level of confidence in their sexual selves. This can manifest in their ability to communicate their desires clearly, their comfort with their own bodies, and their overall approach to intimacy. This confidence can be a positive trait, indicating self-awareness and a strong sense of personal agency. Her responses to sexual advances can also be telling. If she is very adept at handling flirtatious behavior and knows how to navigate sexual tension with ease, it might suggest a history of dealing with such situations frequently. This skill in managing sexual dynamics can be a sign of experience and familiarity with intimate interactions. Moreover, her sexual boundaries and how she communicates them can provide insights. A woman who has clear boundaries and is confident in asserting them likely has a strong sense of self and knows what she wants and doesn't want. This clarity can come from past experiences where she has learned to prioritize her own needs and comfort. Additionally, pay attention to how she discusses her past sexual experiences. Is she open and honest about them, or does she avoid the topic? An openness about her past can indicate comfort and acceptance of her sexual history, while avoidance might suggest discomfort or a desire to keep certain aspects private. Finally, consider her overall approach to relationships and intimacy. Does she view sex as an integral part of a healthy relationship, or does she see it as a separate, less important aspect? Her perspective on this can reveal a lot about her past experiences and how they have shaped her current views on intimacy. Chapter 7: Confidence and Self-Assuredness. A woman's confidence and self-assuredness can be significant indicators of her sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often exhibit a level of confidence and self-assuredness that comes from a variety of experiences. This confidence can be seen in various aspects of their demeanor, from the way they carry themselves to how they interact with others. For instance, a woman who walks into a room with her head held high, makes eye contact with ease, and engages in conversations confidently is likely someone who feels comfortable in her own skin. This kind of self-assuredness often comes from having navigated numerous social and intimate interactions successfully. Such women are often very comfortable with their sexuality and are not afraid to express themselves, both verbally and non-verbally. This confidence can also be observed in her approach to challenges and how she handles herself in difficult situations. A woman who remains composed and calm under pressure likely has a strong sense of self, which can be a result of having faced and overcome various experiences in her past. This kind of resilience and poise is often developed through a history of diverse interactions and relationships. Moreover, consider how she responds to compliments and attention. A woman who gracefully accepts compliments and knows how to handle attention without becoming flustered or awkward likely has a history of receiving such attention frequently. This ease with being in the spotlight can be a sign of familiarity with social and intimate dynamics where she has often been the center of attention. Her ability to communicate effectively, especially about her needs and desires, is another indicator. Women with a history of multiple partners often learn to articulate their preferences clearly and confidently. This ability to communicate openly and assertively about intimate matters can be a sign of experience and self-awareness. Furthermore, her body language can provide significant clues. Confident body language, such as standing tall, using open gestures, and maintaining eye contact, often indicates a person who is at ease with themselves and their surroundings. This ease can stem from a history of numerous social and intimate interactions, where she has learned to navigate and manage different dynamics successfully. Pay attention to her interactions with both men and women. A woman who engages comfortably and confidently with people of all genders likely has a broad social experience that includes various types of relationships. This comfort level can be indicative of a diverse sexual and social history. Also, consider how she handles rejection or setbacks. A woman who takes rejection in stride and does not let it affect her self-esteem is likely someone who has experienced and learned from such situations in the past. This resilience and ability to bounce back from setbacks can be a sign of maturity and experience in dealing with intimate and social interactions. Lastly, her overall demeanor and the way she presents herself can be very telling. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a strong sense of personal style and self-presentation. They know what looks good on them, what makes them feel confident, and how to project their best selves. This self-awareness and confidence in presentation can be a result of a rich history of social and intimate experiences. Chapter 8: Communication and Interaction Style. The way a woman communicates and interacts with others can provide deep insights into her sexual history. Communication style, in particular, can reveal much about her experiences, attitudes, and approach to relationships. A woman who is very articulate and open in her communication likely has a history of engaging in meaningful conversations about intimacy and relationships. She might be adept at expressing her feelings, desires, and boundaries clearly, which can be a sign of her comfort with discussing intimate topics. This kind of openness and clarity in communication often comes from experience and a willingness to engage in honest dialogues about her needs and experiences. Additionally, observe her listening skills. Women who have had multiple partners often develop strong listening skills, as they have learned the importance of understanding their partner's needs and perspectives. Effective communication is a two-way street, and being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. Her ability to listen attentively and respond thoughtfully can be a sign of her relational experiences and emotional intelligence. Her use of humor and how she handles sensitive topics can also be telling. A woman who can joke about intimate topics comfortably, without crossing boundaries or making others uncomfortable, likely has a history of navigating these conversations with ease. humor can be a powerful tool in communication, especially when discussing potentially awkward or sensitive subjects. Her ability to use humor appropriately can indicate a level of familiarity and comfort with intimate interactions. Moreover, consider how she navigates conflicts and disagreements. Women who have had multiple partners often develop strong conflict resolution skills. They know how to handle disagreements constructively without escalating tensions or resorting to negative behaviors. This ability to manage conflicts effectively can be a sign of her maturity and experience in relationships. Pay attention to her nonverbal communication as well. Body language, facial expressions, and eye contact are crucial components of communication. A woman who uses these nonverbal cues effectively likely has a high level of social and emotional intelligence. For instance, maintaining eye contact during conversations, using gestures to emphasize points, and mirroring others' body language can all be signs of her engagement and comfort in social interactions. Her responsiveness to your communication is another key aspect. Does she respond promptly and thoughtfully to your messages and conversations? A woman who is engaged and responsive in communication likely values the relationship and is invested in maintaining open lines of dialogue. This level of engagement can indicate her comfort with intimate and personal interactions. Additionally, consider her communication style in different contexts. How does she communicate in public versus private settings? A woman who maintains consistency in her communication style across different contexts likely has a strong sense of self and confidence in her interactions. This consistency can be a sign of her experience and comfort with being her authentic self in various situations. Finally, her ability to set and respect boundaries in communication is crucial. A woman who clearly articulates her boundaries and respects yours likely has a healthy approach to relationships. This ability to navigate boundaries effectively can be a result of her past experiences where she has learned the importance of mutual respect and understanding in intimate interactions.
Chapter 9: Emotional Intelligence and Empathy. Emotional intelligence and empathy are critical traits that can provide insights into a woman's sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a high level of emotional intelligence, which enables them to navigate complex social and intimate interactions effectively. Emotional intelligence involves being aware of and managing one's own emotions, as well as recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. A woman with high emotional intelligence is likely very perceptive and can pick up on subtle emotional cues from those around her. This perceptiveness can be a result of her experiences in various relationships where understanding and managing emotions were essential. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is another crucial aspect. A woman who demonstrates high levels of empathy is likely very attuned to the emotional states of those around her. This ability to empathize often comes from having navigated a range of emotional experiences in her past relationships. Her capacity for empathy can make her a compassionate and understanding partner, able to provide emotional support when needed. Observe how she responds to your emotions and the emotions of others. Does she offer comfort and support when you are feeling down? Does she celebrate your successes with genuine joy? Her responses to these emotional states can reveal a lot about her emotional intelligence and empathy. Consider her ability to handle her own emotions as well. Women with high emotional intelligence often have a good grasp of their own emotions and can manage them effectively. This self-awareness and emotional regulation can be a sign of her maturity and experience in dealing with complex emotional situations. Her ability to communicate her emotions clearly is another important factor. Women who have had multiple partners often learn to express their emotions openly and honestly. This transparency can help build trust and intimacy in a relationship. If she is able to articulate her feelings without hesitation or fear, it can indicate her comfort with emotional vulnerability. Furthermore, pay attention to her conflict resolution skills. A woman with high emotional intelligence knows how to navigate conflicts in a constructive manner. She can stay calm and composed during disagreements, seek to understand the other person's perspective, and work towards a resolution that satisfies both parties. These skills are often developed through experience in managing various relational dynamics. Her reactions to emotional situations in social settings can also provide clues. For example, if she remains composed and supportive during a friend's emotional crisis, it can indicate her ability to handle intense emotions with grace. This kind of emotional stability and supportiveness can be a sign of her empathetic nature and emotional intelligence. Additionally, consider her ability to form deep emotional connections. Women with high emotional intelligence often value and seek out deep, meaningful connections with others. They are not afraid to invest emotionally in their relationships and are capable of forming strong bonds. This capacity for deep connection can be a result of her past experiences where emotional intimacy was a significant aspect of her relationships. Finally, her overall demeanor and approach to life can be very telling. Women who are emotionally intelligent and empathetic often exhibit a positive and balanced outlook on life. They are able to navigate life's challenges with resilience and maintain a sense of inner peace. This balanced approach to life can be a reflection of their rich emotional and relational experiences. Chapter 10: Sexual Knowledge and Experience. Sexual knowledge and experience can provide significant insights into a woman's sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often possess a wealth of knowledge about sexual health, techniques, and preferences, which can be indicative of their experiences. A woman with extensive sexual knowledge is likely very informed about various aspects of sexual health. She might be well-versed in topics such as contraception, sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and safe sex practices. This knowledge can come from her own experiences, as well as a proactive approach to educating herself about sexual health. Her awareness and understanding of these topics can be a sign of her experience and familiarity with intimate relationships. Additionally, consider her comfort level in discussing sexual topics. A woman who is very open and knowledgeable about different sexual techniques and preferences likely has a history of exploring and experimenting in her intimate interactions. This comfort and confidence in discussing such topics can indicate a high level of experience and familiarity with sex. Observe her ability to communicate her sexual desires and preferences clearly. Women with extensive sexual experience often know what they like and are not afraid to express their needs and desires. This clarity and assertiveness in communication can be a sign of her confidence and experience in intimate relationships. Her reactions to new sexual experiences can also be telling. A woman who is open to trying new things and exploring different aspects of sexuality likely has a history of being adventurous and curious in her intimate interactions. This willingness to explore and experiment can be a reflection of her past experiences and her comfort with sexual intimacy. Furthermore, consider her responses to your sexual needs and desires. Women with a high level of sexual experience are often very attentive and responsive to their partner's needs. They know how to create a mutually satisfying sexual experience and are skilled at adapting to different preferences and desires. This attentiveness and adaptability can be a sign of her experience and proficiency in intimate relationships. Pay attention to her sexual confidence as well. Women who have had multiple partners often exhibit a high level of confidence in their sexual selves. This confidence can manifest in their ability to take the lead during intimate moments, their comfort with their own bodies, and their overall approach to sex. This confidence can be a result of their experiences and the knowledge they have gained from those experiences. Additionally, consider her attitude towards sexual experimentation and exploration. A woman who is open to exploring different aspects of sexuality and is not afraid to try new things likely has a history of being adventurous and curious in her intimate interactions. This openness to exploration can be a sign of her experience and comfort with sexual intimacy. Finally, her overall approach to sexual health and well-being can be very telling. Women who are proactive about their sexual health, such as regularly getting tested for STIs and maintaining open communication about safe sex practices, likely have a high level of awareness and responsibility when it comes to their sexual well-being. This proactive approach can be a reflection of their experiences and the importance they place on maintaining a healthy and safe sexual lifestyle. Chapter 11: Perception of Relationships. A woman's perception of relationships can provide deep insights into her sexual history. Her views on love, commitment, and intimacy are often shaped by her past experiences and can reveal a lot about her approach to relationships. Consider her attitude towards commitment. A woman who is hesitant to commit or expresses a preference for casual relationships might have a history of multiple partners. This attitude can be a result of past experiences where commitment was not a significant factor. On the other hand, a woman who values commitment and seeks long-term relationships likely has different experiences that have shaped her views. Observe her views on monogamy versus polyamory. A woman who is open to or prefers polyamorous relationships might have a history of multiple partners and a comfort level with maintaining multiple intimate connections simultaneously. Conversely, a strong preference for monogamy can indicate a different kind of relational history. Her thoughts on emotional intimacy versus physical intimacy can also be revealing. A woman who places a high value on emotional intimacy and views it as more important than physical intimacy might have a different approach to relationships compared to someone who prioritizes physical connections. These views can be shaped by her past experiences and the types of relationships she has had. Additionally, consider her approach to building and maintaining relationships. Women who have had multiple partners often develop strong relational skills and know how to navigate the complexities of intimate connections. They might be adept at managing relationship dynamics, communicating effectively, and resolving conflicts. These skills can be a sign of their experience and familiarity with intimate relationships. Her ability to form deep emotional connections is another important factor. Women who value and seek out deep emotional bonds likely have a history of investing emotionally in their relationships. This capacity for deep connection can be a result of her past experiences where emotional intimacy was a significant aspect of her relationships. Observe her reactions to discussions about relationship goals and future plans. A woman who is clear and articulate about her relationship goals likely has a strong sense of what she wants and needs in a relationship. This clarity can be a result of her experiences and the understanding she has gained from past relationships. Her overall approach to relationships and intimacy can be very telling. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a balanced and mature perspective on relationships. They understand the importance of both emotional and physical intimacy and know how to navigate the complexities of intimate connections. This balanced approach can be a reflection of their rich relational experiences. Finally, consider her views on the importance of communication in relationships. A woman who emphasizes the need for open and honest communication likely has a history of valuing and maintaining healthy relational dynamics. This emphasis on communication can be a sign of her experience and understanding of what it takes to build and maintain strong relationships. Chapter 12: Sexual Boundaries and Respect. A woman's approach to sexual boundaries and respect can provide significant insights into her sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a strong sense of their own boundaries and a deep respect for the boundaries of others. This awareness and respect can be a reflection of their experiences and the understanding they have gained from navigating various intimate interactions. consider her ability to set and communicate her boundaries clearly. Women with extensive sexual experience often know what they want and are not afraid to express their boundaries. This clarity in communication can be a sign of her confidence and experience in intimate relationships. For instance, if she is able to articulate her comfort levels and preferences without hesitation, it can indicate a strong sense of self-awareness and experience. Her respect for your boundaries is also crucial. A woman who respects your boundaries and ensures that both parties are comfortable likely has a healthy approach to intimacy. This respect can be a sign of her understanding of the importance of mutual consent and comfort in sexual interactions. If she consistently seeks your consent and checks in with you about your comfort levels, it can indicate her experience and respect for healthy sexual dynamics. Additionally, consider how she handles discussions about boundaries and consent. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a nuanced understanding of these topics and know how to navigate these discussions effectively. They are likely very attentive and responsive to their partner's needs and ensure that both parties feel safe and comfortable. This attentiveness and understanding can be a sign of her experience and proficiency in intimate relationships. Observe her reactions to situations where boundaries might be tested. A woman who remains respectful and understanding in such situations likely has a strong sense of empathy and emotional intelligence. She knows how to navigate complex dynamics and ensure that both parties feel respected and valued. This ability to handle such situations with grace can be a result of her experiences and the lessons she has learned from past interactions. Her approach to sexual health and safety is another important factor. Women who are proactive about their sexual health, such as regularly getting tested for STIs and maintaining open communication about safe sex practices, likely have a high level of awareness and responsibility when it comes to their sexual well-being. This proactive approach can be a reflection of their experiences and the importance they place on maintaining a healthy and safe sexual lifestyle. Pay attention to her ability to navigate consent and boundaries in different contexts. For example, how does she handle consent and boundaries in casual versus committed relationships? Her approach might vary depending on the context, and this variability can provide insights into her experiences and understanding of different types of intimate dynamics. Her overall demeanor and approach to intimacy can be very telling. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a balanced and mature perspective on sexual boundaries and respect. They understand the importance of mutual consent and comfort and know how to navigate the complexities of intimate interactions effectively. This balanced approach can be a reflection of their rich relational experiences and the understanding they have gained from them. Finally, consider her views on the importance of mutual respect and consent in relationships. A woman who emphasizes the need for mutual respect and consent likely has a history of valuing and maintaining healthy relational dynamics. This emphasis on respect and consent can be a sign of her experience and understanding of what it takes to build and maintain strong and healthy intimate connections. Chapter 13: Adaptability and Flexibility. Adaptability and flexibility in intimate relationships can provide deep insights into a woman's sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a high level of adaptability and flexibility, which enables them to navigate different dynamics and situations effectively. Consider her ability to adapt to new situations and dynamics. A woman who is very adaptable and can handle changes in the relationship with ease likely has a history of navigating various types of intimate interactions. This adaptability can be a sign of her experience and comfort with different relationship dynamics. For instance, if she can adjust her behavior and expectations based on the needs of the relationship, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence. Her flexibility in accommodating her partner's needs and desires is another important factor. Women with extensive sexual experience often know how to balance their own needs with those of their partners. This ability to accommodate and adapt can be a sign of her proficiency in maintaining healthy and satisfying relationships. If she is able to compromise and find solutions that work for both parties, it can indicate a mature and experienced approach to intimacy. Observe her reactions to unexpected situations or challenges in the relationship. A woman who remains calm and composed in the face of challenges likely has a strong sense of resilience and adaptability. This ability to handle difficulties with grace can be a result of her experiences and the lessons she has learned from past relationships. If she can navigate conflicts and challenges without becoming overwhelmed, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence. Her willingness to try new things and explore different aspects of the relationship can also be telling. Women who are open to experimentation and exploration likely have a history of being adventurous and curious in their intimate interactions. This openness to new experiences can be a reflection of their comfort with sexual intimacy and their desire to keep the relationship dynamic and exciting. Additionally, consider her ability to balance independence and togetherness in the relationship. Women with high relational intelligence often know how to maintain a healthy balance between their own independence and the needs of the relationship. This balance can be a sign of her experience and understanding of the importance of both individual and shared aspects of intimacy. Pay attention to her communication style in different contexts. For example, how does she communicate during conflicts versus during positive moments? Her ability to adjust her communication style based on the situation can provide insights into her adaptability and relational intelligence. If she can navigate different dynamics effectively, it can indicate a high level of experience and proficiency in intimate relationships. Our overall approach to problem solving in the relationship can be very telling. Women who have had multiple partners often develop strong problem-solving skills and know how to find solutions that work for both parties. This ability to navigate challenges and find mutually satisfying solutions can be a sign of her maturity and experience in maintaining healthy relationships. Finally, consider her views on the importance of adaptability and flexibility in relationships. A woman who values and emphasizes the need for adaptability and flexibility likely has a history of maintaining dynamic and satisfying relationships. This emphasis on adaptability and flexibility can be a reflection of her experiences and the understanding she has gained from them. Chapter 14: Understanding of Intimacy. A woman's understanding of intimacy can provide significant insights into her sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a deep and nuanced understanding of intimacy, which can be indicative of their experiences and approach to relationships. Consider her views on the different dimensions of intimacy. A woman who understands that intimacy goes beyond physical connection and includes emotional, intellectual, and spiritual dimensions likely has a rich relational history. This comprehensive understanding of intimacy can be a sign of her experiences and the lessons she has learned from past relationships. Her ability to form deep emotional connections is another important factor. Women who value and seek out deep emotional bonds likely have a history of investing emotionally in their relationships. This capacity for deep connection can be a result of her past experiences where emotional intimacy was a significant aspect of her relationships. Observe her approach to maintaining intimacy in the relationship. A woman who is proactive about nurturing and maintaining intimacy likely has a strong sense of what it takes to build and sustain a healthy relationship. This proactive approach can be a sign of her experience and understanding of the importance of intimacy in relationships. If she consistently makes efforts to keep the intimacy alive, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence. Her willingness to be vulnerable and open in the relationship is another key aspect. Women who have had multiple partners often learn the importance of vulnerability in building deep connections. If she is comfortable being vulnerable and sharing her innermost thoughts and feelings, it can indicate a high level of comfort with intimacy and a strong sense of self-awareness. Additionally, consider her reactions to your vulnerability. A woman who responds with empathy and understanding when you are vulnerable likely has a deep capacity for emotional intimacy. This empathetic response can be a sign of her experience and her ability to form and maintain deep emotional connections. Her understanding of the importance of trust in intimacy is crucial. Women with extensive relational experience often know that trust is a foundational element of intimacy. If she prioritizes building and maintaining trust in the relationship, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence and understanding. This emphasis on trust can be a reflection of her experiences and the lessons she has learned from them. Pay attention to her ability to balance intimacy and independence in the relationship. Women with high relational intelligence often know how to maintain a healthy balance between closeness and individuality. This balance can be a sign of her experience and understanding of the importance of both individual and shared aspects of intimacy. Our overall approach to intimacy can be very telling. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a balanced and mature perspective on intimacy. They understand the importance of both emotional and physical intimacy and know how to navigate the complexities of intimate connections effectively. This balanced approach can be a reflection of their rich relational experiences and the understanding they have gained from them. Finally, consider her views on the role of intimacy in a relationship. A woman who values and emphasizes the need for intimacy likely has a history of maintaining deep and satisfying relationships. This emphasis on intimacy can be a reflection of her experiences and the understanding she has gained from them. Chapter 15: Emotional Resilience and Maturity. Emotional resilience and maturity in intimate relationships can provide deep insights into a woman's sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a high level of emotional resilience and maturity, which enables them to navigate the ups and downs of relationships effectively. Consider her ability to handle emotional challenges and setbacks. A woman who remains calm and composed during difficult times likely has a strong sense of emotional resilience. This resilience can be a sign of her experience in dealing with various relational dynamics and emotional situations. For instance, if she can navigate conflicts and challenges without becoming overwhelmed, it can indicate a high level of emotional intelligence and maturity. Her approach to managing her own emotions is another important factor. Women with extensive relational experience often know how to regulate their emotions and maintain a sense of balance. This ability to manage emotions effectively can be a sign of her proficiency in maintaining healthy and stable relationships. If she is able to stay composed and rational during emotional situations, it can indicate a strong sense of self-awareness and maturity. Observe her reactions to your emotional needs and challenges. A woman who is attentive and supportive during your emotional difficulties likely has a deep capacity for empathy and emotional intelligence. This attentiveness can be a sign of her experience and her ability to form and maintain emotionally supportive relationships. If she consistently offers comfort and support when you are feeling down, it can indicate her emotional resilience and maturity. Her willingness to engage in difficult conversations and address emotional issues head-on is another key aspect. Women who have had multiple partners often learn the importance of open and honest communication in maintaining healthy relationships. If she is comfortable discussing difficult topics and addressing emotional issues directly, it can indicate a high level of emotional intelligence and relational maturity. Additionally, consider her ability to learn and grow from past experiences. A woman who reflects on her past relationships and uses those experiences to improve her current and future relationships likely has a high level of emotional resilience and maturity. This ability to learn and grow can be a sign of her experience and her commitment to personal and relational development. Our understanding of the importance of emotional boundaries is crucial. Women with extensive relational experience often know that maintaining healthy emotional boundaries is essential for a balanced and satisfying relationship. If she prioritizes setting and respecting emotional boundaries, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence and understanding. This emphasis on boundaries can be a reflection of her experiences and the lessons she has learned from them. Pay attention to her overall demeanor and approach to life. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a balanced and mature perspective on relationships and life in general. They understand the importance of maintaining a positive outlook and navigating life's challenges with resilience and grace. This balanced approach can be a reflection of their rich relational experiences and the understanding they have gained from them. Her ability to balance emotional closeness and independence in the relationship is another important factor. Women with high relational intelligence often know how to maintain a healthy balance between emotional intimacy and individuality. This balance can be a sign of her experience and understanding of the importance of both emotional connection and personal autonomy. Finally, consider her views on the role of emotional resilience and maturity in a relationship. A woman who values and emphasizes the need for emotional resilience and maturity likely has a history of maintaining deep and satisfying relationships. This emphasis on resilience and maturity can be a reflection of her experiences and the understanding she has gained from them. Chapter 16: Ability to foster mutual growth. A woman's ability to foster mutual growth in a relationship can provide significant insights into her sexual history. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a strong understanding of the importance of mutual growth and support in maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. Consider her willingness to support your personal growth and development. A woman who actively encourages and supports your goals and aspirations likely has a history of valuing and fostering mutual growth in her relationships. This support can be a sign of her experience and her commitment to maintaining a balanced and supportive partnership. If she consistently encourages you to pursue your dreams and offers her support, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence and understanding. Her ability to seek and accept support from you is another important factor. Women with extensive relational experience often understand the importance of mutual support in a relationship. This ability to seek and accept support can be a sign of her proficiency in maintaining a balanced and mutually satisfying relationship. If she is comfortable relying on you for support and values your contributions to her growth, it can indicate a strong sense of mutual respect and understanding. Observe her approach to shared goals and aspirations. A woman who actively engages in setting and working towards shared goals likely has a deep understanding of the importance of mutual growth in a relationship. This collaborative approach can be a sign of her experience and her ability to maintain a dynamic and fulfilling partnership. If she consistently works with you to achieve shared goals and supports your collective aspirations, it can indicate a high level of relational intelligence and maturity. Her willingness to engage in self-improvement and personal development is another key aspect. Women who have had multiple partners often learn the importance of continuous self-improvement and personal growth. If she actively seeks opportunities for self-improvement and values personal development, it can indicate a high level of self-awareness and commitment to growth. This proactive approach to self-improvement can be a reflection of her experiences and the lessons she has learned from past relationships. Additionally, consider her ability to foster a growth-oriented environment in the relationship. A woman who creates and maintains an environment that encourages mutual growth and development likely has a high level of relational intelligence and understanding. This ability to foster a growth-oriented environment can be a sign of her experience and her commitment to maintaining a healthy and fulfilling partnership. Her approach to navigating challenges and setbacks is crucial. Women with extensive relational experience often understand that challenges and setbacks are opportunities for growth and learning. If she approaches difficulties with a growth mindset and seeks to learn from them, it can indicate a high level of emotional resilience and maturity. This growth-oriented approach can be a reflection of her experiences and the understanding she has gained from them. Pay attention to her ability to balance individual growth with mutual development. Women with high relational intelligence often know how to maintain a healthy balance between their own personal growth and the growth of the relationship. This balance can be a sign of her experience and understanding of the importance of both individual and shared aspects of growth and development. Our overall approach to fostering mutual growth in a relationship can be very telling. Women who have had multiple partners often develop a balanced and mature perspective on the importance of mutual growth and support. They understand that a healthy relationship requires continuous effort and mutual investment in each other's growth and well-being. This balanced approach can be a reflection of their rich relational experiences and the understanding they have gained from them. Finally, consider her views on the role of mutual growth in a relationship. A woman who values and emphasizes the need for mutual growth and support likely has a history of maintaining deep and satisfying relationships. This emphasis on mutual growth can be a reflection of her experiences and the understanding she has gained from them. In wrapping up this episode, it's important to remember that understanding the signs of a woman's sexual history is not about passing judgment, but about fostering deeper, more meaningful connections. The Stoics, with their incredible wisdom and insight, taught us the value of observation and understanding human behavior. They emphasized that true wisdom lies in recognizing patterns and behaviors while maintaining empathy and respect. Each of the signs we discussed today, from confidence in intimacy and open communication about sexual history to emotional resilience and the ability to foster mutual growth, offers insights into the complex and multifaceted nature of human relationships. These signs can help you navigate your interactions with women more effectively, enabling you to build stronger, more fulfilling connections. It's also crucial to approach this topic with sensitivity and an open mind. While these signs can provide valuable clues, they should never be used to make harsh judgments or assumptions about someone's character or worth. Instead, use this knowledge to enhance your understanding and improve your relationships, fostering an environment of trust, respect, and mutual growth. Thank you for joining us in this insightful journey through the Stoic perspective on understanding a woman's sexual history. We hope this episode has provided you with valuable information and a deeper appreciation for the intricacies of intimate relationships. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Your feedback helps us continue to create content that resonates with you and provides the insights you seek. Stay tuned for more episodes where we delve into the wisdom of the Stoics and apply it to modern-day relationships and personal growth. Until next time, remember that true understanding and connection come from a place of empathy, respect, and continuous learning. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and apply it in your daily life to build stronger, more meaningful relationships. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.